Good evening, YouTube viewers and subscribers. Today on my table I've got this really rather large box. You can kind of tell how large this is. This is a box that was sent to me by a new but recurring customer and a really great guy, John. This is yet another eBay purchase of his, and if I recall correctly, this is the exact box that he ordered this engine in. So this is how it was shipped to him. I think he briefly opened it up just to quickly inspect it, and then put it all back in the original box and sent it to me so that I could do an unboxing and open this up and check out and see what all needs to be done to this engine. Now, I know what type of engine is in here, but I'll kind of leave the suspense here and see. But it looks like another example of eBay seller boxing things rather oddly. Hey, look at that. It comes with a free box. Awesome. Wow. And a towel. I'm going to be sweating a lot with this. Now let's see what we got here. We got a prop, a spinner. What size prop? Oh, wow. This spinner was nice. It was super expensive. It says $799. Wow, that must be gold filled. Let's see here. So, it's an Enya engine. It's an Enya 4-stroke engine. So here's the exhaust in a strange pouch type bag. The spinner. Let's see what do we do here to get to the engine. Oh wow, look at this. Large engine mount, that's cool. There's a bag with a needle valve in it. Really strange looking little pouch type bags. Okay, here's our engine. I don't think there's anything else in here, so let's get this out of the way. Let's get to looking at this Enya 90 4-stroke engine. Now I can pull in a little bit here. Okay, so first impressions of this engine. It's a little dark. It's got some stuff here, though it should clean up rather nicely. Fasteners look really nice on it. Carb is completely frozen. This is an interesting thing. Whoever flew this put a filter on here. Filter anything out from getting into the carb. Okay, so this does rotate, or is it just that's just the throttle arm sliding around. So it doesn't really rotate. Okay, let's do this. Let's see. Ooh, the engine's got, feels like it's got really nice compression. Overall, this engine looks like it's in pretty damn nice shape. This should be a really nice running engine. Looks like, and that is the good official nut that comes with a Enya 90. I don't know. That was actually, this prop may have actually even been used on it too, it looks like, because it was drilled out to accept that nut. So why whoever would tape this damn stupid ass $799.95 sale tag on a prop is ridiculous. I don't. That looks stock and normal. Okay, here we go. Ooh, wow. Feels very dry, so I don't anticipate seeing. It's got good compression, but it feels dry as hell. I don't anticipate seeing any oil in this thing. So this engine's going to need to be torn down. It looks like completely, just because it's dry. And I'll probably just tear it down, clean it all up for John, and get it going. Okay, I've got the engine mount rails off here, and I pulled that filter off here, and as suspected, this throttle arm was just moving. It wasn't actually the barrel in there moving, so that's stuck. So let's just get right to disassembling this engine. See if we can preserve this gasket good. The gasket came off nicely. Let's go to our rock arm cover here. I kind of expect to see this be completely dry up here, but that's okay. Huh. That's not completely dry, but this is a really low runtime engine. And the reason I'm saying that now is because I'm looking in the exhaust port at the exhaust valve stem, and you can see how shiny that thing is. I'm kind of wondering now, do I really want to pull this apart? Or do I want to just clean it up on the outside and run this thing and see how it runs? Let me get my glow driver so I can pull this plug. Strange looking little plug. Oh gosh. Too far. Look at that piston top. Looks brand spanking new. Quite a quandary here now, because this engine is in good enough shape that I think it would run. However, oh boy, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this thing yet. I think what I am going to do is maybe just start spraying it down with some LA's Totally Awesome Cleaner and trying to clean up the crankcase here some. See how clean I can get it. If it doesn't look like I'm able to get it clean enough, then I probably will go ahead and just tear it apart. I mean, I hate to if I don't have to, but I mean, because this engine is in good shape. Okay, you know what? Let's just go ahead and tear this engine down. My gut feeling on this engine now is that this was run just a couple of times and then just put away. But because it looks like it's in really fine condition. So I pulled this pin out. There's a spring here I gotta make sure I don't lose. And the rocker arms are off. Springs there, pins there. Pull our push rods out. I mean, look at these push rods. They're not dark at all. This engine's really in really good shape. Yep. About what I expected. This is why I'm at a quandary here as to whether I want to go any further. Let's look at, oh my gosh, look at that. Yeah, this engine does not need, really, it doesn't really need disassembly at all. So I mean, look at this. Very low runtime. Now there's a shim here, I think, a head shim. Yep. Make sure I don't mess that up. I want to kind of blot this. I mean, this thing is in really good shape. I mean, look at that exhaust valve. like I said, I think this may have been run one time. And that's it. John, you got one hell of a nice engine here. This is why I'm hesitant about, you know, total disassembly. I mean, I'm going to leave it like this, but, oh, man, I really don't want to tear down this engine. It's really in nice shape. Not going to need to drop the valves or anything. So I am going to go back to what I said initially, which is we put this over an empty bin, parts cleaning bin, spray it down real good with LA's Totally Awesome Cleaner, and go to work on it with a vibrating toothbrush and see if I can't get this thing looking nice, because there's just really no need in disassembling this engine any further, in my opinion. If nothing else, I'll just put it right back together and run it, and then depending on how it sounds and runs, maybe then I'll disassemble it. But I mean, right now this is just such a nice engine. It's a low runtime engine that I don't really see any issues with it. So here's what the case looks like now, and I'll do another view like this after I do some cleanup on it, and we'll compare and see how much better it looks. It's been a while since I've kind of shown any of this type of stuff, so I'll put a little of this on video. So this is my LA's Totally Awesome Cleaner, and I could let it sit, or I could just go ahead and start brushing on it and see what happens. Okay, here's the case after about, I don't know, 10 minutes of spraying and scrubbing with a vibrating toothbrush. Under the camera here, I'm not sure I can see a difference. It's a lot cleaner. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect, but it looks pretty damn good. Still got to work on this area a little bit more, but overall, it's not bad. So I think we should be able to run this. I just need to go and do the same thing to the head too, because the head is kind of in the same condition. So I'm going to get that done. And I'm going to probably put this thing back together and give it a run. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking. I just went ahead and pulled this out of that mason jar and threw it in my ultrasonic cleaner. As you can see, this head is quite nice and clean. Here's the carb. This rotor was stuck, so what I did with it was put some oil, 3-in-1 oil, on it, and I took it out and I heated it up, so this thing is ready to be reassembled also. So let me put these things back together, and then we'll have a engine ready to run. Okay, here's the engine ready to run. Now I'm going to go ahead and just use the prop that came with it. It's a 14.6. I didn't take this off yet. I just mounted this on here just so I could test the compression. And it's got good compression. It'll come up a lot more once I run it. I'll take the prop off and check it on the balancer. Who knows, maybe this was put on there to balance the prop. I don't know. Because it looks like it's been sanded off like it had been balanced before, and I don't really know. But we'll balance this prop up. And this engine is ready for a test run.